So today on Project Shop, we have a massive pile of 400 MCM, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 400. Now this all came out of a mansion. Some of this feeders was from the power box to FP&L. Some of it was from the generator to the power box. And we got a little bonus pipe. I actually left that pipe up in the attic when we was pulling out all that copper. But what I gotta do is weigh this somehow. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just jam a pry bar up under here, fish a sling in there, and just try to pick this whole mess up with my cherry picker, or at least as much as I can get up, and put the crane scale on it. And then we're gonna just slide it right on over to the Copper King and shred it. And then just load it right back on the truck. I have another pile of copper to go pick up this afternoon. It's already stripped, so it's just gonna be a pick it up and sell it deal. I normally don't like doing that because there's, you know, the profit margin's really thin when you're just buying and selling and you're not processing. I make all my money on processing it. But it's supposedly a ton of copper, you know, probably another 1,000 or 1,500 pounds. So we're gonna get right on it. I'm gonna pull the cherry picker over, see if we can't get this mess picked up and weighed somehow and get on the road, because it's already almost 9 o'clock, so we're burning daylight. We need to get this stripped, loaded back up, hooked onto my trailer. I might have to run to the steel yard real quick, because to pick this copper up later, I gotta weigh it on site with these guys, and I'm gonna need my crane. Or I don't need it, but it's gonna make the job a lot easier to pick it up with the crane scale, because they just have a big mess on the ground. I could just sling it, pick it up, weigh it, and then go. So we're gonna get right on it. We're gonna get hydrated. I got a little bit of motivation in the form of Red Bull and some Ryan Upchurch. We're gonna jam out and strip some wire. Well, I finally came across a pile of copper that was just too much for the Super Boom over here. She done folded up, man. I think it's because I was picking it up and I had this thing wedged on there, and it didn't like it. That's rated for 1,000 pounds out there, and I've picked up a ton out there many times. So this here has got to be close to 2,000 pounds or more. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm probably gonna come over here with the jaw and just cut a whole swath right through that, make this into smaller pieces, and then I'll probably just put the scale down there with a pallet on it, and we're just gonna have to peel all this stuff off the truck by hand, unfortunately. And I think it's definitely time for a forklift, because I've been using this thing for, I don't know, 4 years, and most of the time well beyond its design capacity. You know, I've been putting that thing on there, extending it out way past the things and picking up 1,000 pounds way out there. Sometimes just 300 pounds of counterbalance ain't even enough. I'll put another 100 or 200 pounds back here. So I can't be upset that I just bent that. It's been a long time coming. And if you notice, that boom is actually flipped upside down because I had bent it once, or actually I bent it a couple times, and I would just keep flipping it back and kind of letting it bend back straight. So it's definitely been worked and weakened over the years. So all right, we're gonna get a little different game plan going on here, and then we're still gonna strip all this today and get it sold. Okay, so on a positive note, I have way more height now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut a swath right through that, shorten them pieces up so I can drag them out of the truck. I do have 2 straps on there, so if I can cut that all the way in half, both sides, I might be able to pick up one piece and then the other. Now, I don't know how much I'm gonna trust this boom anymore. I've bent it back and forth a couple times. It's never bent this bad where it kinked. Once it gets to the point like this, that's pretty much fatiguing the metal, and it could just snap right off. But you know, we'll just stand back and watch it. Okay, we mowed right through that. Now I'm just going to put a pallet on this scale over here and stack the stuff right by the wire stripper so I can just kind of pick it up off the scale and feed it right in. We got about 700 pounds on this pallet. Let's see how fast we can strip it. right here on the floor. All right, so that took about 6 minutes or so. We have an absolute mess. Alright, that's the last little nugget of the big stuff. I still got a little pile of this other stuff over here. We'll strip all of this, even that small spaghetti, might as well. And this is our little donut. I got straps underneath here, coiled down there in the middle, so we can pick this up when we get to Miami and drop it right in a box. Now, it was a little bit of work getting this from here to the thing, but as you can see, I had a little issues earlier. I would have liked to weigh this in one shot, but it is what it is. We still stripped that in no time flat. The stripping is the easy part. It's getting the stuff to the stripper and then back on the truck is what really takes a lot of effort. So Steve just ran to the store to get some drinks. I'm gonna go sit in the AC for a little while and cool down. And then we're gonna get back out here, finish this up. And then I have a whole trailer full of lights and a bunch of transformers we can crack. We got a mountain of insulation. We already had some before we started. Huh. Wow.
What was that?
Wow.
What?
I'll tell you what, man.
Something broke?
No, this wire, if it finds a way, if there's a way, it'll find it. So what happened here is the wire went and it went down under the bottom roller down there, right? Came back out, got wrapped up around the bottom front roller, and then got jammed down in there somewhere. Like I said in a previous video, man, this wire, you know, I'm surprised I haven't had more issues with it hitting into the gears or the belts than I do. I've only had the belt thrown off once, and it'll get up in here and just kind of rub on the stuff, but never nothing catastrophic. But man, this stuff will find all kinds of weird ways to get tangled up in here, man. And this is exactly why I don't have guards on this machine, because you get into something like this and you know you're gonna spend 20 minutes taking the guards off to try to get this thing unstuck. Now, that's crazy. This right here is another example. So the reason that happened is I don't have the adjustment to push this roller up anymore. Normally when I'm doing small wire like this, anything that I'm running these 3 blades on, these 3 blades here, is actually supposed to be a 4th blade, but whoever had this apart at one point never put it back on. It's only the blade on the front and then the rollers on the back. This blade here is the first one where there's a blade on the bottom set of rollers. So what happens sometimes is, like what you see there. Okay. All right, the GoPro got hot and shut off, but let me show you what's happening here. I can actually do this in slow-mo. Now these rollers, as soon as you put any pressure on them, they're gonna stop, okay? Now, you can see that wire, shut this off, that wire already started going in some weird direction down there, like down below off to the side. It's hard to tell, but there's actually a bunch of guides down in there, and they were basically, oh yeah, that was on its way down. That would have went down. I'm trying to get it to deadhead for you. Let's see. See what's happening there? It hit and then it like bent over. It's hard to tell. But then as you keep feeding it, oh, it actually sucked that one in now. All right, we'll let it ride. Let me shut this off. Let me send another one in there and see what happens. Normally, it's the solid core that does it. I just had 3 do it in a row. Now, watch, it won't do it for me. So you see that? My fingers got in there. This thing would stop pretty much immediately before anything bad happened. Let's see. Oh, that looks like it's gonna go. Oh no, you can almost tell it's starting to curl. See what's happening? It's pushing it. See how fast that happens? Right? That was only like a second. And it done deadheaded into it and curled up. Now watch this. If I let that run, see what happened? It just makes a bird nest down in there. So what I need to do is, so these cast These are like cast steel, and the threads are all worn out and whatnot. But this is like just regular mild steel. I'm gonna have to weld a nut where these holes are so that I can run. These were the pieces that were in there. Right here. This is what goes in there. How this works is that slides up in there, so you can, it pushes up on there, and then that thread just pushes on the bottom of that. Well, they get messed up or whatever, or you know, they don't have, these didn't have springs on it, so these would back out. I always put a zip tie, there was 2 of them here, and hold them together, kind of like this one has a zip tie, just so it doesn't vibrate. So I'm gonna put this one in the back here and jack this up a little bit. Hopefully that helps. See, it's not even catching. I got too much tension. Yeah, them threads are done. Okay. Now, as you can see right through there, that gap in the back. I don't know how well you can see that. That gap back there is kind of too big now. I'm afraid if I dial this back, yeah, the gap is way too big right now. I'm gonna lose my thread here. Oh, we'll try that. I don't think it's going to do it, but we'll see. So there's a few mods that I want to do to this machine that's going to prevent that from happening. There you go. All you need is a little gap back there. Let that wire get in there and not just slam into it. Now we're getting into stranded wire. Normally stranded wire don't do that. there you have it. We stripped every bit of that wire and have a absolute massive pile back here in the truck. Now I did lay some slings down underneath. I'm gonna have to fish down in there and pull it out. But I don't know, we probably got 1,400, 1,500 pounds. I didn't add it up yet. You know, you gotta take about 10% off for the insulation, so. All in all, I think it was a good day. Any day you fill the back of your truck with some bright and shiny, man, it's a good day. Alright, so I'm probably gonna go cool off for a little bit. Steve's messing with some transformers. I got a whole trailer full of lights I've been trying to get to. I just been putting out fires left and right, you know, that happens. Got to clean off the table. I got that welding job I got to do. It is like exceptionally hot this summer. I don't know what's going on, man, but it's like it is draining. So we're definitely going to have to hook up one of them ACs to cool this place down a little bit. Now I had a shop one time that had central air, which was awesome. And normally I would just run it during the day, but one weekend I left it on all weekend. And when I came in on Monday, everything in the shop got so cold, like all the metal, all the heavy steel that I had, it like retained the coldness. And even with the door open, that shop stayed cold all day long. And it was very easy for the AC to keep it cool in there. So we might be doing something similar over here. Nice. And we only got a little bit of residuals. That's what I'm talking about. It looks like a beehive of copper. Okay, here's the ticket for that bright and shiny there we picked up. We had 1,556 pounds. I got $3.36 a pound. Copper came up a little bit for $5,255.04. And we had 47 pounds of number 2 copper. I got $3.13 a pound for $147.11 for a total of $5,402.15. Best thing to do when you sell off $5,000 worth of copper is go buy $6,700 worth of copper. There's a bunch of 600 MCM. My customer actually stripped this, so we just picked it up and we're just selling it. It was actually a bunch of scrap with this. The only thing I brought down here to Miami was the batteries and this, because this stuff was pretty much ready to go. Now, we didn't have any processing here, but it's still going to be a nice little chunk of change. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Same size. So technically, if I was running like this size wire, I could run 3 of them. It's just going to pick it up and then blade. It really doesn't matter where they go. The way this machine is designed, you know, you just open it up and then bam, you could run 1, 2, 3 of the same sizes in here. I ran 4 in these 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a video of me running 4 wires in this machine at the same time. This is actually a pretty incredible machine, but it does have its downsides. And the downside is, 1, it's slow as shit, and 2, it needles everything up. Now, the upside is where this one has an advantage over that machine is when it comes to this wire that ran through that machine jumped off the blade and got flattened. Once it's flattened, for whatever reason, I guess because it's round cups, it gets in there and just jumps off the blade. That machine won't strip this wire no more. But this machine is perfect for this stuff and does a great job. Find the right hole. It'll do a good job at cleaning that up. We gotta just tweak down on that a little bit more. There it is. See that? Now, like I said, you always get these little bits here where that blade, it's walked off the blade or it's turning or something. But it does come right off. I do highly recommend wearing gloves with this machine. So all this wire that got flattened, we're gonna run it right in here. We're gonna needle the crap out of it, but we're gonna recover all that copper. Look at that. We don't want that to be the case because there's a lot of good aluminum just laying around, man. You know, they got extruded aluminum all pulled out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack these domes. I don't want to put them in, or maybe I will put them in just to conserve space. But they're already, like most of these are already broke down. Like I guess they had to take them apart to get them down or something. I don't know, but I'm not complaining. I really wish I had a hand cart. I gotta drag these fuckers and pick them up. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is offload all of this stuff. This is definitely gonna be interesting. Like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna get all these in there, but we're gonna get all of this shit loaded and out of here tonight.